Hello and welcome to another update video about the DXY. It's dropping and dropping. No clear sign of a bottom in place yet, but it could very well. It's at a point where it can turn around at any time. And bear in mind, we are now at nearly at the $100 level. That's obviously a psychological support level. I'm really looking for this B wave now, very, very shortly. We are still in the same price range, so it hasn't really moved a lot. Sort of 102, 103, yeah. It has certainly done enough on this way down to start finally this B wave. For everybody who's new here, we are currently looking at the DXY 4-day chart, and this is the structure that started in 2008. So it's a 5-wave move to the upside, a leading diagonal in a wave 1 of a larger wave 5 that will be somewhere up here. Don't disregard the proportion, so you know, we are still very much the beginning. So this is probably a completion of wave 1, peaked in October in my view. At the time I did mention that we can come down now in this wave 2 correction, and that a validation or the confirmation for that would be a drop below $110. I think it was 110.30 or 50. We lost key support here. I think it was this trend line. And then we really had the confirmation that we were starting to go lower. At the moment, however, only in an A wave of an overall 3-wave decline, A, B, and C. So this move up is what I think, you know, I don't really like correlations, but there are temporary correlations, negative correlations between, for example, the crypto market and the DXY. If we now see this upside for the DXY, which should happen, we're going to take a look at some indicators as well in this video, that should drive crypto down again. The question is only how much. So that will be interesting. I think the next few weeks will be interesting, because this is not going to happen in just a few days. This will take weeks to play out, especially as, you know, if this is a B wave, it's a corrective wave, it might take a little bit longer to play out than this A wave, and this has lasted now nearly 3 months, so maybe even a little bit more. So yeah, the B wave would move up maybe into the region. I mean, let's look at some common targets for a B wave. We look here at least, but that's the absolute minimum. Probably it would, it would normally go higher, because I count the A wave as a 3-wave move. So we're normally looking at the area here between the 61.8 retracement and possibly even the beginning of the A wave, so $114. If this is a 3-wave move to the downside, ABC is a flat pattern, the B wave would go up quite strongly. No, not uncommon that a B wave retraces 90% of the A wave in a flat pattern, and sometimes you even get expanded flats or running flats where the B wave even overshoots the previous high. So yeah, this can go up quite a bit, and it can start at any moment. Afterwards we should see an impulsive sell-off in a C wave that can last quite a while. Now, if we now zoom in, take a look at that, we have reached here the end of my support area, which doesn't mean it needs to be finished, but this is sort of an ideal target. Let's take that out now, because we're here now. Yeah, we're here now. Let's see if we need to revise this a little bit. We certainly have here in detail this A wave down, the B wave up, and the C wave down, extended C wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sure there are other ways to count it, but that works quite well at the moment. And we have enough waves. As you can see, we've got 5 waves down in the C wave. Doesn't need to go any lower, but price action currently does not suggest in any way any significant upside. In the last video, I talked to you about this descending wedge here that could possibly lead to some upside, and yeah, we did break out to the upside, but it's not really a substantial breakout. It more looks like demotivated sideways movement, really. So I'm going to take that out. We saw a bit of upside, and we see a first higher low. I mean, maybe, but it's not enough information. I mean, this could certainly be a first small 1-2 setup, but at least now I would need to see the break above the previous high. So I would like to see actually a move above $102.65. That would be a first indication that a low is actually in. Can be at any moment. It can be at any moment. And it's a good time to turn around now, and I'm telling you why. I mean, there's no no, you know, it doesn't need to, but it's a good time to do it, because if I take the length of the A wave and go up to the B wave, we have now reached, let me just a bit more accurately here. Just want to pick the lows here of the A wave, and I want to pick the high of the B wave. And you can see that we reached nearly perfectly here the 2.618 FIB extension. That's obviously quite a good target here at $101.68. Below that, we've got the 300% extension. That would actually be the $100 level. So if we continue that line here, you can actually see that if we come down, we hit the trend line. It's quite a relevant trend line, at least three, 4 touch points here. So it would be nice, actually. I mean, just an idea what could happen. I mean, either we see this as support now, the 2.618 FIB extension, and turn around here. If we break this level, I think we can come down quite quickly to $100, possibly hit the trend line here and bounce off, and then ideally start to move up. Let's look at some indicators if they support this thesis that at some point here very shortly we should start to move up. We're now obviously on the 4-hour chart. We see here on the 4-hour chart that we were oversold. Small bullish divergence, so we currently rise in the RSI. Important would now be to get above 50 to indicate strong upside potential, but this is only the 4-hour chart, so let's actually take a look at something that's a bit more meaningful, the daily. Here on the daily, we start to see some slight reduction in negative momentum on the MACD, but it's not really convincing yet. Yeah, but the negative momentum is reducing. Still, though, no bullish crossover here yet, so it's not really making any impressions. Also here, the RSI on the daily is just moving sideways, so not even in the oversold territory, rather sort of towards the lower end in the bearish territory. Certainly, it would be important that we start to do something like what we did here. Yeah, if we start to see the DXY get above 50. That would be a signal, obviously, because then it's starting to swing between 50 and overbought, 50 and 70. That's bullish. Yeah, that's bullish. This is currently bearish. So it would need to get into that range. Certainly upside potential, of course, possible, but currently also the indicators only show limited momentum. So we need to see that price action that could drive the indicators up, and then it becomes sort of, you know, self-reinforcing, you would say. So yeah, at the moment, not really anything exciting in the range here. Breakout, as I said, I gave you that level that we need to break out above, and losing the 167 level would probably lead to a drop to around about $100. Let's zoom out and see if there's actually more structural support anywhere. I mean, you have this significant swing low around 101.26. Maybe that will act as some support, but then, as you can see, there isn't much left until $100. So I will keep you updated about the DXY. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.